Welcome, everyone, to our office hours. Today, our topic is communication supports for nonverbal and limited verbal children. Okay, on our agenda, first we'll start with introductions. Then I'll share a little bit about our new project, Adapt to Impact. I'll share a couple of videos on early communication strategies and some tools you can use for children who are nonverbal. After that, I will share our loan library with you and show you a couple of tools that I would recommend starting with and how to find them. Also, we have some new PDIS courses I would like to share with you, and we'll wrap it up at the end with questions and answers. And as Chris said, drop any questions you have as we go in the chat, and then at the end, we'll stop recording and we'll just have an open discussion. And it can be on our topic for today or really any other need you have in your program. If you have questions about any child in your program that you need support, that is the time, and we'd love to help you. So let's start with introductions. I am Mariah Michaels. I'm an early childhood special educator. I worked with some of you before on our last project, Project Include, and now I'm full-time on Project Adapt to Impact. Prior to that, I worked as an early childhood special educator in the public schools, and then also in private daycare and preschool settings as well. Chris, you want to jump in with an introduction?
Sure. I'm Christina Perkins. Hopefully, some of you have been getting my emails loaded up with all kinds of great resources on assistive technologies and interesting ways to use them. I'm a speech language pathologist and assistive technology specialist. I have spent the majority of my career working for the Center for Innovative Design and Engineering. A great deal of my workday is spent supporting public school service providers and educators who are working with children who have disabilities and assistive technology needs.
Thanks, Chris. Maureen?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Maureen Malonis, and you may remember me as well from our previous projects, Project Include and Colorado Early Learning, or PDG. My role here, I am also a speech language pathologist, but I am the associate director of our center, and so I go to a lot of meetings now. But we are so glad to have you guys and excited about this project, and I think this office hours is a great way to connect. Krista, you want to go?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Krista Legray. I'm a bilingual speech language pathologist, English and Spanish. And at the Center for Innovative Design and Engineering, I coordinate our Tech for Tykes program, which is assistive technology support for children in early intervention, in addition to being on the Adapt to Impact team. And I've previously worked in early intervention and in the public schools.
Thanks, Krista. Let's see. Mar, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, all. My name is Mar. I am the Loan Library Administrator for Tech for Takes, as well as the Loan Library Administrator for Adapt to Impact. So I will be packaging everybody's loans and sending them out.
Thanks, Mar. Jackie, you're up.
Yep. Hi there, I'm Jackie McBride. I am also an admin assistant like Mar. I'm more on the social media side of things, as well as just, picking up all the loose ends. Yeah, it's been great to learn more about this project and assistive technology. I'm relatively new to SIDE. I've been here for just over a month, and it's been great so far. So we're excited to have you.
Thanks, Jackie. Okay, first I'll share a little bit about our new project, Adapt to Impact. For those of you who did not attend last month, I'll give you the rundown. But we are available at no cost to licensed childcare programs in Colorado. We're here to support young children with delays and disabilities and their childcare providers. We provide online professional development, resources and support, as well as access to a loan library of adaptive toys, equipment, and materials, which is what Mar mentioned, helping support. So I want to start our topic off today with a couple of videos. The first one, we'll watch the full video. It will show some really basic places to start supporting children who are nonverbal or have really limited verbal skills.
You can use the Baby Signs Board Book and the Big Mac Communicator to support the communication development of infants in your childcare program, especially those with delays, disabilities, or differences affecting communication. Despite not yet having verbal language, babies still have a lot to communicate. Infants have wants, needs, and feelings to express, and it can be frustrating for both the infant and their caregiver when they don't have an effective way to communicate their needs. The Baby Signs Board Book and Big Mac Communicator are just two tools that can support the development of early communication skills for infants. The Baby Signs Board Book is a helpful tool for introducing sign language to infants once they have reached at least 6 months of age. The book contains 13 basic signs that might be helpful for infants just starting to communicate. Each page has the picture and name of a sign, as well as a description and more detailed illustrations of how to make that sign. This information is beneficial to the adult learning these signs so they can model them for infants. Try starting with just 1 or 2 signs and modeling them in context. For example, if the infant has just finished eating during snack time, you can model the sign for all done. We are all done with snack. If you are reading a book to an infant, you can model the sign for book by placing your palms together and opening them like a book. Babies often don't sign exactly the way you show them, especially as they are learning, and it takes them seeing you to use the sign many times before they will try to imitate it or use it themselves. However, integrating these basic signs into daily routines will give them lots of opportunities to watch and learn and will encourage infants to use them to communicate. Having a way to communicate before verbal language has developed can help infants express their wants, needs, and feelings and reduce frustration. Be sure to share the signs you're using with families so they can also practice at home if they would like. The Big Mac communication device allows infants to communicate with the press of a button. The device allows you to record a single message, such as all done or more, that gets played out loud when the button is pushed. Choosing a short phrase that can be reused in many different settings will make the Big Mac more valuable. The Big Mac comes with a red switch cover already installed, as well as 3 additional covers in green, blue, and yellow. Some colors may be more motivating to different children, so feel free to switch out the covers as needed. Another idea is to use different colors to indicate different messages. For example, all done could be red, and more could be green. A quick start guide for the Big Mac is included on the flash drive. To use the device, first make sure there is one 9-volt battery installed in the battery compartment on the bottom of the device. Then turn the device on by twisting the on-off dial on the back panel to the right until you hear a click. To record a message on the device, press and hold the record button until the indicator light turns on. Press and hold the colored switch top and begin speaking into the microphone, which is located on top of the device, after you hear a beep. All done. You can use the Big Mac in a variety of situations to support an infant's communication. For example, it can be used during snack time so the infant can request more, or during playtime to practice turn-taking. These are just some of the tools that can help support the communication development of infants in your childcare program. For even more ideas, consider exploring the Communication and Literacy Kit that's available through Project Include.
The second video we have is about setting up opportunities to use those things like baby sign or the Big Mac or simple communication devices. And I'll just be sharing a short clip with you guys.
Container is open. I can create more opportunities for communication by only getting out 1 or 2 toys and helping the child to request more toys. Or I can only put out a few toys and put the lid back on the container so that the child again has an opportunity to request that it be open to gain access to more of the toys. Here's an example. We have 1 toy. Oh boy. Do you want more? I see more toys. There's more toys inside. More. You want more. I'll give you more. Here you go. You got more toys. Oh, you want more? Even more toys? But look, it's closed. What should we do? Do we need to open? Let's open the container. Open. Now we have more toys.
Okay, so those were the two videos I wanted to show about which devices we have and some simple strategies for using them. Next, I would like to share our loan library with you. Some of these items that I've shared on this page are my top choices for working with kids who are nonverbal or have limited verbal skills. I have a whole list created for you though, and I will show you where to find it. But I really love this baby sign book. This in the middle is one of our communication and literacy kits. And some of you may have checked out the communication and literacy kits through your ECCs, which is really big. We have broken them down into 4 smaller kits in the loan library. But if you're new to working with children who are nonverbal and need a lot of instruction on where to start, I would really recommend starting with one of the 4 kits we have in our loan library, because each item in the kit has a barcode on it that you can scan, and it'll pop up a video on how to use that tool and ideas of using that tool. Also, I included the Go Talk and the recordable photo album because they're also some of my top choices for pretty quick, easy assistive tech devices to use for children who are nonverbal. We won't have time to go over all of the strategies and how to use them today, but stay tuned. If you're interested, we will do a follow-up to this meeting today, and we'll present on those as well. Or you can always check them out and shoot me questions over email as well, because we're here to support. So let me pull up our library real quick, and I'll show you how to navigate that. So this is what the home page of our side library looks like. Up here in the top left corner, I created public lists. The list I created for today is supports for limited verbal children. When you click on it, all right, we have, there are 14 different items on this list. There are far more in the library that you can use to support communication. These are just a good starting place to help you jump in and figure out what works best for your kids and your program. But it starts with these first 4 communication and literacy kits. Like I said, that's a great spot to start. I've also added some felt boards and felt books, some Go Talks, the little step-by-step. We've had a training on it before. We also sent a resource out on it. It's a really great tool. The talking bricks also. So those are all in our library. And as a special promotion this month, we are giving out free stay put mats to anyone who checks out anything from our library. So this would be for you to keep in your program. They're super cool. The Stay Put mat is a helpful tool for anyone who's having difficulty stabilizing a piece of paper independently while writing or drawing. And it has a magnetic frame to keep the paper in place, but also a sticky back on the back of the mat to keep it stable on whatever surface a kid is working on. Okay, also we have some new PDIS courses. Some of you have already taken our Introduction to Universal Design course. We've recently added Adapting for Disability Behavior and Cognition, Adapting for Disability Communication and Early Literacy, Adapting for Disability Fine Motor, and brand new, we just added Adapting for Disability Vision and Hearing. And then coming soon, we will have a gross motor course as well. And I expect that will take around a month for you to see that in the PDIS system. Right, next I have our contact information for you for anyone who does not have it yet. And brand new today, we have social media accounts, so you can follow us for all our news. We have a Facebook account and an Instagram account. We will be adding any news like promotions that's going on. The same resources we share over email will also be added there. So if you check Facebook or Instagram more often than your email, you'll get to see those there. What else are we putting on there? Jackie?
Yeah, it's a relatively new initiative. Like Mariah said, it just launched today. So we want it to be another helpful resource. We know a lot of you are on social media, and we want to provide the materials that we're sending via email through a route that might be a little bit more accessible to you. you'll be able to follow, and we would love to get your feedback with what you'd like to see.
Awesome. Thanks, Jackie. I appreciate it. And then now we're ready to do question and answers.